Hey, hi guys, how are you all? So I hope that every one of you are here. Hi, how are you all? So this is Sai Kiran from Let's Upgrade, and I just welcome every one of you to Let's Upgrade right now. So today you all guys are here gonna build a AI ML project that is breast cancer detection. So hi guys, how are you all? So this is Sai Kiran, and I just welcome every one of you to Let's Upgrade right now. I will give you 3 reasons why you should be sticking to this whole program right now. The number one reason is it's totally going to be live. You will be learning a project, how to build a project and how to start building a project of machine learning. That is breast cancer prediction project. You will make it live. And the second reason it is like you will be learning from an industry expert, and the expert is none other than Dr. Darshan Ingle, our superstar instructor at Let's Upgrade. He taught more than 20,000 students at Let's Upgrade till date, and each one of the review of him is amazing. I mean, he's a 5-star getter for us, and he's an amazing instructor. I will be introducing you all guys to him very soon in 1 minute. Now, the third reason is every one of you who will be attending this project building session will be awarded a certificate by Let's Upgrade ITM group and a badge also, which you can showcase on your different social media and other portals. Okay, so not only that, you just have to be here for 3.5 hours. That's it. It's a 3.5 hours program in which you will be also taught how to deploy your project on GitHub so that we can verify it and give you a certification. That's it. The only two things which is mandate for getting a certificate is giving your attendance daily, 2 days program. So today and tomorrow you need to give attendance, and the third thing is you need to push your whole project on GitHub with Let's Upgrade mentioned somewhere in the title, and you will be getting the certificate from our side. Okay, so I hope that every one of you this is clear. Hi guys, this is Sai, and I hope that you all guys are here to start learning. So now let me just introduce you all guys to Dr. Darshan Ingle, who is our rock star instructor, and also the moderator Shoaib Sheikh, and our academic manager Mr. Subrat Kumar sir, who is also a professor. So Shoaib, you can also come. So these are 4 people team which is going to help you build this whole project end to end in 2 days. Okay. So first of all, let us hear from Dr. Darshan Ingle, sir. Sir, what do you think about the whole project? What is that these guys are going to learn, and how do you want to prepare them for the project? Sir, I think you are mute. Sir, I think you are mute. Darshan sir, Doctor sir, you are mute. Yep.
Yes, I'm really sorry for that. Okay. Hello, everyone, and a very good evening to all of you. If you don't know me, yes, my name is Dr. Chale, and
I think so. You are
on machine learning platform, and this is going to be. Pardon?
I think so. Your internet is giving a small glitch or something, and you're stuck somewhere in a little bit. Yep. So yep. In the meantime, sir, you get your like internet connection fixed in 1 minute or something. I will let you introduce you to Subrat sir. So Subrat sir is our academics manager. He takes care of your feedbacks. He takes care of your reviews, what you guys are actually providing to us. So Subrat sir, what do you think you want to talk to about yourself to these all students, and what is your expectation?
Yeah, thank you for that, first of all. Yeah, guys, thank you for joining us today for this project session. So, as you already know, this would be a 2-day session of AI/ML, and the project is on breast cancer detection. So, I hope like you would like this project, and it is very important to do a project. So, we say that easiest way to learn something is to do practicals, do some project on it. So yes, we have come up with this project, which would like we hope that it would make you learn this AML, and yes, it would be a very interesting project. Also, I expect that all of you pay attention and put your attendance daily, and follow whatever Darshan sir would be saying here. Okay, follow like bit by bit whatever sir says. He is a very great trainer actually on this. So follow him, guys. So that's what I would expect from you all, guys. Yeah. So yeah, sir
Yeah.
is here, so I think he can
Yes.
explain it more
So
better.
yes, thanks a lot, Subrat sir, for mentioning that. Now over to you, Darshan sir. What do you think about this whole crowd? Yeah.
all, let me
That-
confirm, is my voice perfectly audible now?
yes, sir. Your voice is totally audible right now.
And no problem with the clarity of the internet as well, right? The video and everything all good?
Yes, sir, it's all good. I mean, as of right now. So let me. Yep, we can go ahead.
Okay. I checked the internet speed. It's perfectly fine, more than adequate. So yes, guys, very good evening to all of you. I hope I am perfectly audible right now. So yes, the project that we are going to build today is going to be breast cancer detection using a classification machine learning algorithm. So we are not going to use algorithms of machine learning, but we are going to implement altogether three algorithms of machine learning. Okay, and we are going to make a complete analysis of preparing
So,
total three machine learning algorithms with the
Subrat sir, I mean, Darshan sir is stuck, right?
Yes, I
Uh,
guess there's some network issue with from server side actually.
yeah.
Okay.
So, so the Darshan sir, your internet is giving a small issue somewhere.
hi.
Yep, yep,
Yeah, now
sir.
it's fine.
What? Why is this problem? I'm a bit worried. Why is this issue coming?
Yep, I literally don't know, sir. Maybe
Uh,
like because
is it fine?
uh,
Fine, Sai sir.
we can hear you properly, but I mean the like
Just,
video is
just,
breaking.
just give me a minute. I will turn off my router and turn it on back. Just give me 1 minute.
Yep, sir. Yep. In the meantime, guys, I mean, Darshan sir is back. Let me introduce you to Shoaib. Shoaib is going to be your representing all the students here at Let's Upgrade. All of you guys who are actually learning from your home, you can't talk to sir directly, okay? But you have a little chat box over there on which you can put your all the questions, and we will be very happy to answer each one of them. Okay, so Shoaib is the person who will be representing all the students in this particular class of 2 days. It's, I mean, the total duration will be of 3.5 hours. It's not per day 3.5 hours. Its total duration is 3.5 hours. In this 3.5 hour, Shoaib will be the person who will be representing you all. So, Shoaib, you want to tell something to the students?
Hi, yeah, hi guys. This is Shoaib Sheikh from Let's Upgrade. Just say one thing. Just follow sir. And I've been a student of Dr. Darshan sir, and he has been the best tutor I've met ever for AIML. Just follow his instruction, and I'm sure you'll get everything.
Yeah.
That's it,
So
sir.
thanks a lot, Shoaib, for that. And Shoaib is the person whom you will be like getting a lot of help with. And apart from that, guys, okay. In the meantime, Darshan sir is joining. He is joining back. He is having a little bit trouble with his internet connection, so he is getting it fixed and he is restarting his router. In the meantime, guys, I want to like engage you all with a few questions here from my side. Okay. So the number one question is, why are you excited about this whole project? Are you guys excited about this project building session? Yes or no? Just tell me that thing in the chat right now. One. Second thing, why are you excited? If you are excited, why are you excited about this whole thing? I mean, are you guys not believing that this whole thing can happen in 3.5 hours? Yes or no? Okay. So data set for project, we will tell you where to download. Don't worry about it. Okay. So are you guys excited about this project? Yes or no? Please tell me. And okay, so why are you excited about this whole project? Now, Darshan sir, it's like all good pretty much. So thanks a lot for getting this thing done. So Darshan sir, yep, now let us restart the whole thing again. I think, okay, so many of the students are mentioning it. We can submit our college minor project. We can actually like start learning AI with this project and all. So what is your take, Darshan sir? And let us start the session like after that. Yep.
So yes, first of all, apologies from my side for the bad internet. However, I have a 100 Mbps connection, Sai sir. I am really perplexed today. Why is this happening?
Yep.
Uh,
I know this thing. I mean,
Bad luck.
everything is happening with you.
Thank
Yep.
you very much. So yes, guys, we are going to build a project using machine learning algorithm, and today we are going to have a very small project on machine learning where we are going to get introduced to what is machine learning, how to read data set, how to do exploratory data analysis on the data, Post that, we are also going to see over here few other important things, like how to create a machine learning model. Now whenever you're going to create a ML model, you have to divide the data, how to divide the data, why do you need to divide the data, all those things are what we are going to study. And thereafter we are going to go through a process where we are going to implement, I repeat, we are going to implement in all total three machine learning algorithms. I think four. One is the logistic regression, one is the decision tree classifier, one is the random forest classifier, and the last one is the SVM classifier. And we are going to compare the performance of each and every machine learning algorithm.
Wow.
Okay, now, but let me tell you the catch over here. See, you have to understand over here that machine learning is not something which can be learned in an hour or so. I mean, it's really nice to have a kickstart into machine learning, but to get into the details of each of this, I mean, it's been almost so many years for me to be in this field, Sizer, and still I say that I'm still in the learning procedure. Okay, the learning is not stopping. This is such a huge field that every day something or other new things I have to learn. There are many things which I also don't know, although all the mundane activities are very much clear to me, but something or other keeps on coming over here. So same thing I will like to convey to you as well, that in this 2 hours, if you are having an opinion that you will go from zero to hero, well, that is not the fact. Okay, so you have to understand that yes, you will be having a very good idea of how machine what machine learning is, what actually happens when you look at the implementation of it, how do you compare the performance of different machine learning models. But if you tell me that, sir, can you please explain what is happening in the back end of each of the machine learning algorithm, well, even if I take a very simplistic algorithm like logistic regression, explaining the mathematics of that algorithm takes me not more than 2 hours, not less than 2 hours. Okay, so you have to understand over there that it's not only about implementation but also understanding the in-depth mathematics of that, because if you know the mathematics of that, then you will be able to play around with that algorithm. If you are not familiar with the mathematics, then knowing around or playing around with the algorithm becomes very difficult, right? I mean, it's very much simple, right? I mean, if you say that you have a smart TV at home, let's say we have bought a smart TV which is around 2.5 lakh rupees, okay, OLED TV. Okay, let's say suppose you have bought that particular TV, but if you don't know how to operate the remote and explore each and every features of that, that is as good as a useless product for you. What you can maximum enjoy is the default picture quality that you are getting, right? So it is very much important that you should know the nitty gritty details, the strings which have to be pulled at the right time to ensure that you get the optimum performance out of that television. And the same is true for all the machine learning algorithms as well. So it is very, very important for all of you to understand that in-depth intuition of the mathematics, the geometrical intuition behind that is something which is the key idea behind machine learning. The moment you go for any ML interview, well, that is the first thing which is asked. Can you explain me what happens behind this? So what happens behind, well, in the short amount of time of around 3 hours which is there, of course we cannot talk of that, but a holistic view can definitely be discussed over here. So as far as the coding aspect is concerned, it is a guarantee from my side that you will understand each and everything. But the in-depth mathematics of each and every algorithm, then we have our full-fledged courses wherein you can actually get enrolled and understand the in-depth intuition. Just like Saiser, we like have our AIML batch or the data science advanced or the machine learning mastery batch, right? So that is where you actually spend around 70 to 80 hours to understand the in-depth understanding of each and every algorithm, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of a very small glimpse of you to make you aware. See, machine learning is evolving, no doubt about that. And if you don't evolve along with it, after a year you will think that it's magic. Okay, so it is very important for you to stay with the crowd. See, I'm associated with so many organizations, and there are so many working professional out who are actually paying in lakhs. Okay, so I said they're literally paying lakhs, 4 lakhs, 4.5 lakhs plus GST. Okay, so people are paying so much, and all of them are working professionals. And I mean, I have an experience of around 11, 12 years, but the learners which come to the class, they are in the strength of around 100 and 120, 180, and of that 60 to 70% are the people who are having 15 plus years of work experience. So just look at the zeal. Okay, today we are living in the era of self learning. We are living in the era of continuous updation. If you don't update yourself, you will be among that particular lot which will be thrown off during the layoff in the company. So it is very important for you to keep on updating yourself, and not only related to machine learning. See, everything comes on for let's say a decade or 15-year cycle, and after that technology keeps on changing. So today it is very important that you continuously keep on updating yourself, right? If you don't do it, then very soon you will be out of the market. So a continuous learning is something which is very much required. So that is exactly what is my small request to all of you guys. And now I just explained you what is the project and all is going to be. So before we go ahead, I'll just hand over the control to Sai sir for a couple of minutes, and then we get started with the project.
Yep, sir. Okay, so now, hey guys, hi. Okay, so now we are going to start the whole project in just 1 minute. Okay, so just before that, let me just give you a few rules and regulations. One thing, it's like you all guys have to attend it today and tomorrow. Attendance is very must. You can attend it in recording or you can attend it in live. It's totally up to you. If at all you are not able to attend it live, you can attend it in the recording. Second part is that you have to host the project on GitHub, which we will tell you how to do that tomorrow. EOD Darshan sir, please take 5 minutes of that thing for these all students to how to put their project there. So that is secondary. Once you put this thing, and we will circulate a Google form based upon all the attendance, that please give us your GitHub IDs and we can check it. Once we cross verify it, we will deploy your certificates directly. Okay, so this is the second rule. The third rule is you have to attend this class for two reasons. One, it is 100%. One is like, yes, free of cost and all, keep that aside. It's free for you, it's not for us. I mean, each and every person who is studying here, we are giving a scholarship for them. Okay, Let's Upgrade is providing a scholarship for them to get it done. Okay, so one is that part. Second part is like Darshan sir has been associated with so many big organizations which you see other TV ad commercials day in, day out. Those kind of brands he's associated with teaching data science and machine learning and AI. So the same person is here. Take at most benefit out of this whole sessions and learn, ask questions. Don't stop yourself. You get opportunities. We are the person who will keep on creating opportunities for you guys to update and upgrade. Don't lose upon it and complete 2 days. Complete. We want 90 to 100% completion rate. That's the only promise I need from you all guys. Nothing else. And one thing I want to tell, sir was mentioning it out, right? You have to learn so much of stuff to become AI ML rowdies. Okay, so I will tell you one thing. Okay, zero to hero is the concept of what we run upon. Okay, so you can at least be a zero to hero on this one project, telling to your next employer or telling to your next faculty or everyone, I know how a breast cancer prediction project works in and out, and I am a rowdy at it. That's what you all guys can tell. That's what I want to tell you all guys. And over to you, Darshan sir. If you like this whole thing, and we will be reaching out to you again and again for various programs and various things. That is a continuous cycle from Let's Upgrade side. Each and every one of you is a Let's Upgrader for us, and we will keep on doing it. Yeah. So over to you, Darshan sir, and yep, go ahead with your class. I'll be in the background, guys. I and Subrat sir will be in the background. You will have Shoaib here, who will be your moderator. You can ask your all questions to him. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sai sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Shoaib, hi Shoaib. I have shared the screen. Can you please confirm? All good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see the screen.
Thank you very much. Guys, let me just turn on the Jupyter notebook. So the tool that we are going to use today is going to be the Anaconda Navigator for doing this particular project. So let me not get into the details of how to download the things and all. That is of course not the agenda for the day. Let us stick to the agenda where we are in the process of building a very first machine learning project. Now, as I told you, is the project that we are going to make over here. The very first thing that, oh, I did not connect this. Excuse me. Just give me 5 seconds.
Sergi, I mean,
Yeah.
many of the students are asking how to download Jupyter Notebook and all. Can you just tell them like how to just a small 1 minute intro, like what is Jupyter Notebook and all? That would be good.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, Saizar, please keep on
I'll
informing me all those important points so that we don't miss out.
yeah.
Perfect. Guys, if you want to download the Jupyter Notebook, first and foremost thing I'll tell you, please go to Google, search for Anaconda. Okay. Let me not search for Anaconda. Let me just search for Anaconda. The very first link, okay? Click on that. Click on the very first link. You will see over here in products. You click on individual edition, and thereafter you see there is a download option. The moment you click on download, it will straight away take you to the bottom of the screen, and depending on your operating system, you just need to download. One which I have right now is this one, because I'm using a Windows operating system, so I have 64-bit installer. Depending on your OS, you can download it. Once you download it, you just have to do the default. Do not play anything along with it. Okay, do not play along with it. Just go with the default, next, and it's done. It will take around 12 to 15 minutes for you to install. Go with the default installation and it's done. Now, once it is done, the tool that we are going to use today is going to be the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, we are going to use Jupyter Notebook. Well, the Jupyter Notebook has an extension .ipynb. Okay, so let's say if the name of the file for today is going to be ML project, okay, ML proj. So it is going to have an extension .ipynb. The reason for that is py stands for Python, nb stands for notebook, and I basically stands for Jupyter Notebook was earlier known as IPython. So therefore, this is just kind of coming as a heritage word from alphabet from there, IPYNB. They have not changed it. So it is basically standing for IPython notebook. Now, how to launch this? Once you have installed the things, you just have to go to the folder of your choice. So let's say I want to build my entire machine learning project in this particular folder. So as you can see, I'm in AIML, AI, let's upgrade, AIML teaser. I'm straight away going to copy this link. Okay, I'll just say right click and copy. Then I click my Windows button and I simply type over here Anaconda. The moment I type Anaconda, I'll be able to see this Anaconda prompt. Guys, listen to me very carefully. We don't have time to keep on repeating the things again and again, because these are something which is slightly off the agenda. So I'm going to click on the Anaconda prompt. Moment it opens, I need to type CD, because by default you see it's in C users Inglay folder. I want to go to E drive, right? This is the path where I need to go. So I say CD. CD stands for change directory, and I paste the path using Control V. Here, sometime it doesn't happen. Then once again you just type colon, and you are in the path. So you observe this path, and this path is one and the same. Now I just need to launch my Jupyter Notebook by saying Jupyter space notebook, and we say enter. And the moment you do that thing, you are straight away going to be launching an instance of Jupyter Notebook. Now, there are multiple things that I could tell about the Jupyter Notebook, but let me not get into all those things. Okay, I hope you understand. We are sticking to the agenda, as simple as that. Now, this is how the Jupyter Notebook will open in your default web-based browser. So whichever browser is default, it will open. If your default browser is not selected, in that case, it will be asking you for the right browser. So Jupyter is basically a web-based interface. Okay. So of course, it doesn't mean that it requires internet connection. Absolutely not. The only thing is the interface is opening on the browser. It is in offline mode only. You don't need any live connections for that. Now, I go to new because I want to create a new notebook. And then I go to Python 3. Yes, you can use Colab also, those who are familiar. So I go over here and I select Python 3 because that is the notebook which I want to build. When you actually do it now, you will not see this option called as R. I have installed it specifically. So don't worry on that part if you don't see it. You just have to go to new and click on Python 3. And that's it. You are done. I just pulled it out. Now, let's say we are going to label it. Go to view, toggle header to give it a proper name. So let's say I say ML breast cancer prediction. Okay, as simple as that. I say breast cancer prediction and I press enter. Now, after this, if I want to increase the font, I just say control plus, just to make sure that it is more readable to all of you. Okay. Now, if you are going to perform along with me, listen to me very, very carefully. If you are going to perform along with me, then I have a hack for you. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Some of you are asking that can we get the dataset link and all. If you are going to perform along with me, there is a hack for you. What I want you to do is please go to the website which is called as jovian.ai. That's it. Please go to this website which is called as jovian.ai. Okay, once you go to jovian.ai, well, you just have to sign up. That's the only request from my side. You just need to sign up on jovian.ai. And while signing up, you will be shown with two options. Either you can sign up using your Gmail account or using your GitHub account. I did sign in using my Gmail account. That's it. That's it. You just need to do that. If you are done with that, then that is more than sufficient. Okay. So you just need to go over here to jovian.ai. Okay, just say you need to go to jovian.ai, and after that you just need to sign up. Once you're signed in, you're done. Okay, now, well, we are going to start with the very first thing. So what happens is, see, whenever you are starting a project in Jupyter Notebook, there are some things which needs to be taken care of. So whatever things we require, let's say, okay, if I'm planning to go, let's say if I want to go somewhere out, okay, and when I want to go somewhere out, what all are the main things which I take along with me? Well, money, without which I cannot do anything. Let's say I'm planning to go for a picnic. The first and foremost thing which I take is money. Second thing which I take is the key of my car. How can I drive without that? The third thing which I take is my driving license, the RC book, or the PUC of the car, etc., things. And fourth thing is going to be my belongings. Okay, just limiting the things over here itself. Similarly, whenever you do any project, there are some things which are required. Because of that, only the other things can work. They are called as the importing of the right packages. So I'm going to import the packages which are going to be required now. So now, how to do that? Well, the first thing which I'm going to import is going to be import warnings. See, what happens is, let me just complete warnings dot filter warnings. Now, if you are signed up on Jovian, just hold on, relax. I'll tell you what to do later on. Okay, don't be over anxious. So now, what happens is, see what happens now. I have installed the Anaconda maybe around 6 months back. You have installed Anaconda today. Someone might have installed it an year back, and maybe the softwares are not updated. Very much possible. Okay, so because of this new versions getting rolled out every time, sometimes some warnings pop up. Okay, and that sometimes are intimidating. Although warnings are something which you can ignore at the start, they are not errors, they are just warnings. Just like when you go outside, your parents warn that be careful, cross the road carefully, do this carefully, don't get fooled by anyone, there are people out who give drugs to you, make sure that you don't fall into that prey, or all those things. Okay, I don't want these warnings to intimidate me, therefore I say that import warnings, warnings dot filter warnings, and ignore. So now reduce it, and this is better. Now to execute this cell, I just need to press Shift Enter, or I can press this button. So I'm going to press Shift Enter over here. So what is wrong over here? Filter warnings. I'm sorry. You need to write over here ignore. In the motion of speaking, I actually wrote something wrong. Okay. So import warnings and warnings dot filter warnings. So whatever warnings, in case if they arise, I'm not giving or saying that you have to compulsorily use that. In case if they arise, you just need to ignore that. Don't show me the warnings. That's exactly what I say. Then coming on to Jovian, hold on. I'll tell you what to do with Jovian. It will take at least 10 minutes for me to come to that point. Please hold on, guys. Okay. Now, the next thing is the necessary packages that we require. The first thing that we require is the Numpy package. So I'm going to do the necessary imports. You can simply say that do the necessary imports. So I say import Numpy as np. Import pandas is the next package which I require. Now, why do we say as np, as pd? Because they are nothing but the abbreviation. Just like you might be having some original name and your pet name. Just like that, I say that I'll prefer to call numpy as np, pandas as pd, so on and so forth. Then I say import matplotlib. Well, matplotlib is something which is used for visualization. So it's a pretty standard way of importing it. And Seaborn, I may require everything. I may not even require some of the things, but this is how we use it. Okay.
Sir,
Now, yes,
can you zoom in a bit more, please?
more. Okay.
Yeah.
But that is too much. We never do it in any of the sessions. Probably
Yeah.
they're watching mobile phones. What will happen
Yes.
is this
Yes.
will actually disturb their visibility. But
Yes.
anyways, let it be. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
okay, so we did import using NumPy and pandas. Though I have zoomed up, guys, after some time I will have to zoom out, okay, because the output will not be shown properly. Okay, so later on I'll be zooming out. If you are watching it from the mobile phone, request you all to please join from the laptop or at least from a computer. Now, next thing we have over here is we have to read the data, right? And what is the project? Well, the moment I read the data, let me tell you what is the project that we are going to do. So for reading the data, we have a function of pandas, which is called as read CSV, because our data set is in the form of CSV, which is a comma separated value file. Let me show it to you. Well, it's available on my GitHub so that you can code along with me. So just a second. Where did I keep it? Here, data.csv. Okay, this is the data set. This data set is available on Kaggle as well. But let me get the link. So by clicking on this raw, I get the link of the data set. Now I just need to copy this. Okay, that's it. You need not do all those things. Okay. And for reading the data set, you just need to say over here using the pandas function, which is called as read underscore CSV. Do you see over here what all are the different types of files that you can read with pandas? You can read clipboard, CSV, Excel, Feather, FWF, GPQ, Hadoop file system, HTML, JSON, Oracle file, Parquet file, Pickle file, SAS file, which is used by statisticians, SPSS file, SQL, SQL query, SQL table, statistical file from the Stata table, and whatnot. We want the CSV file. Okay. Now, over here, I'm simply going to paste this link. Okay. This is where my data set exists. So now, where to store after reading this? Let me say I'm using it a variable as data. Okay. I can store anywhere. Let's say if I say, let me store it as DF. The moment I
Sir,
do that, yes.
can you give us the link as well?
Oh, wait a minute, Shoaib. I will do it. Hold on.
Okay, sir. Okay, sure.
The link will be shared with everyone. Just hold on. I'll share it with you and you share it with everyone then. Okay.
Sure, sir. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yes, our data set which we read from GitHub now available inside DF. Now let's say if you want to see it, okay, then say that I want to view the head of the data. Now, what is head of the data going to give? Well, head of the data is going to show me the first 5 records. So as you can see over here, our view is getting blocked. So I'm just reducing the size when that is too much. That was too much of a zoom. So I say over here that my head of the data is going to show me what all are the first 5 rows in my data set. Okay, what are my first 5 rows in the data set? So now, as you can see over here, these are my first 5 rows. Okay, in case if you say that no, I want to see only the first 3 rows, then I can say okay, head of 3. By default, it's 5. This is going to give me the first 3 rows. As you can see over here, it says that there are total 3 rows and 33 columns. That too much, right? Perfect. Let it be. We'll sort that things later. Now, instead of that, if you simply say df, okay, if you simply say df and say okay, print this, you can also write print okay. So this does not print the entire data frame. You can see it prints the top 5 records, then dot 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 at the center and the bottom 5 records. It doesn't make sense. No, I'll give you a very simple example. Why is this head function very important? I mean, why don't we print the entire df? Well, we are not using, we are not in the process of visualizing the entire data frame. I mean, what is the use of that? It cannot be seen over here. If you want to see the entire data set, well, you always have it in the form of a CSV file. Okay, on the GitHub also it's there, and this is the same data set which I have uploaded on GitHub. So I need not share it with you. You straight away have it with you with the help of a GitHub link. So I see, just a second, let it get opened. Why is it taking time? Yes. So still you can see over here, these are this is the same data set as you see. How many values are there? Total 570 rows, and how many columns? 33 columns. So you can see over here, this is how the data set looks like. Okay, so many things. I'll just close it out. So now, if you want to see the data set, you can directly open the CSV file or view it on GitHub as well. But I don't want to see it. What is this head function? Head function is just to show the passport size photo. Like, see, if you go for making a passport, or if you go for making a Aadhaar card, what they say is we want your passport size photo, because your face and your chest, that much portion is more than sufficient for us to recognize you. We don't want to see your entire body along with your legs, your clothes. No, not interested at all. Passport size photo. Similarly, just to get an idea of the data, you have the head function over here. So what is my head function doing? Well, as you can see over here, head function is giving me the first 5 rows. Okay, now you want to code it along with me, right? So let me help you out with that. Now, assuming that you have done the sign up on Jovian, now I'm just going to click on my commit button. You will not get this button. I have installed that specifically. Okay, now this will take a time of around 10 to 15 seconds maximum. After that, I'll be getting a link. I'll be sharing the link with Shoaib, and I'll tell you what you have to do along with that link. Okay, so guys, focus. Why are you so much GitHub link, this link, that link? Focus on what is happening. I mean, guys, what are you doing? Focus on what is happening. What are you going to do with the link? You, okay, focus on what is happening. Okay, so let this commit happen. Till that point, even I will not be able to move. But okay, let me tell you what is going to happen after this commit is I'll be getting a link. With that link, all of us can access the same thing. So Shoaib, just a second. So I'm sharing it over here. I hope, did you get it, Shoaib? Just confirm.
Yes, sir, I got it.
Okay. So now guys, Shoaib will be sharing a link with you, and I'll also paste the link once again. Moment I paste this link, observe, I'll explain this only once. The moment I paste the link, you see that whatever I have coded is available over here now. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to go over here, run. You have to go over here in run, and you click over here, run on Colab. But Colab is very similar to Jupyter Notebook. The only thing is it with the help of this, you can code online. There is no need to install Anaconda Navigator. So I repeat, you go to run and run on Colab. It will ask you authorize and run. Yes, say yes. It's very much safe. It is very important that you are already signed up on Google for that. If you're not signed up, then it may give you an error. So make sure you are signed up on Google Colab. Okay, for signing up on Google Colab, again you have to do the basic Gmail login only. That's it. Now it will open the things on Colab. Please hold on, please hold on, please hold on. For the first time, it may take long, but hold on, everything would become clear. Okay, I think it's done. Now, after this, if you want to execute the things, you can actually execute it from here, right? You get the same thing by clicking on this play button. It will execute that cell. I click over here, this is getting executed. After that, when I click over here, this will stop. Okay, first time it allocates the resources because it's an online computing. This requires an internet compulsorily. Okay, a very cool way of coding along with me. This is connected and then this will be executed. Then I say, okay, I want to execute this. That is also done. Then I say, I want to read this data frame. This is also done. I'll convince you whether it is really read or not. So head, see it's processing and the head is going to come very soon. It's done. And if I want to add, let's say there is one more function which is called as, it will be printing the last 5 records. If I say shift enter over here, so it's a guarantee that it's running. So if you want to code along with me, you can do it like that. Okay, those who are having an issue, or let's say I'm done with the project, then if you want to download it, you just need to go over here in file and scroll down. You'll be getting an option download IPYNB. Click on that. Straight away, wherever you want to save it in your local system, you store it. It was one way. Let me close it. Or in case if Colab is not available, well, you straight away go over here in clone, straight away download the notebook. It will be downloaded in your local system. By clicking over here, again, it will be asking me to download in the form of zip file. When you unzip it, you will be getting the same things. With Colab, you will be able to code along with me. With thus, when you're downloading it offline, then you may not be able to code along with me, but at the end, you can always download the code. So now whatever activity we do will be automatically reflected over here only when I do the commit. See, now if I go over here and I make any changes on this notebook, these changes will not be reflected on the Jovian platform unless and until I click on commit. So every time I click on commit, you need to refresh your Google Colab. Okay, that is the only thing you got to do it. Okay, so yes, please access the please give access to Google Drive. Absolutely no problem. Okay, it's fine, you can access it. Please go ahead and give the access. So now I hope that the procedure is clear to everyone. So yes, Harshvardhan, you can give access over here. Absolutely not an issue. Now, so I am over here. I have read the head, and after reading the head of this data, I see that there are lot of, I'm sorry, a call, just let it go. Done. Close it and the top chat. So I say over here, we see after looking at the head of the data, there are 5 rows and 33 columns. And what is the project? Well, project over here is we need to predict whether the lady is having a breast cancer, and if it is having a breast cancer, what type of cancer it is. Is it a benign cancer or a malignant cancer? Okay, so now whether it is a benign cancer or malignant cancer, well, we need not go over here, but benign versus malignant, it's always important to know. So as you can see over here, some tumors are benign, which means that they only form one spot without spreading around. kind of less dangerous. But malignant cancers are hazardous. They spread like anything. So if it is in this part, it will spread here, 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 so on and so forth into the entire body, very much possible. So benign cancer are still something which can be cutted out and removed from the body, but malignant cancer cannot be removed, right? I mean, even if removed, it has to be removed right from the core. So now this data set is regarding that. ID is there, diagnosis, then what type of cancer it is. And this is the very important column. M stands for malignant and B stands for benign. We'll see that later. The radius mean of the breast, the texture of the mean, the perimeter mean, area mean, smoothness mean, then the compactness mean. All of the things are biological terms, okay? But this is a very clean data set. I have purposely taken it very simple. Concavity of the mean, conclave points, so on and so forth. So many things are there, right? So which all are the columns? If you want to see all the columns, you can simply say df dot columns. So the moment I say df dot columns, I see only the name of the columns. So now you see over here, I mean, if you closely observe, friends, the first highlighted part, everything is related. I guess if you can clearly observe, these all things are related to the mean of it. Then if you observe, I mean, right from here till here, including this, all of this are related to SE. And right from here to here, we see that all of these things are related to the worst thing of it. Okay, some things related to the data set. Obviously, we don't need to get into the definition of each and every column at the instant, because very soon we are going to get rid of those columns as well. So this is how we have the data set. So now, whenever you have the data set, it is very important to check the data type of each of it. Okay, and for checking the data type, you just need to say over here df dot info. Now info is going to give me the information of the different data types. As you can see over here, we see that ID column is integer data type. Diagnosis column is an object. What is an object? Object means a string. So you can see over here, when I talk of the diagnosis column, it is having male or also not male, malignant or benign, right? After this, do you see there is a column which is called as unnamed, something fishy, right? We'll talk of it later. Okay. Now later on, we have diagnosis column, we have radius mean column, and all of this seems to be of the correct data type. All of them are numbers. All seems to be pretty good over here. I don't think there is an issue over here as such. Everything is perfect. Yes, there's something which you don't like, and that is this unnamed column, right? Unnamed column is something which is useless, because even if I look over here, since there is no name for the unnamed column, and you look over here for the values over here in the unnamed column, well, all NaNs. I see that, I mean, this is something which is not useful to me at all. Let us cut out that column. Let us drop that particular column. I say that for my analysis, I don't want this column to be considered. So I say that I am going to drop that particular column. Okay. Now, see, whenever you want to drop in a data frame says that I can perform the dropping in any way you say. The dropping can be either vertical or the dropping can be either horizontal. What I mean by that is I can either drop for you a column or I can either drop for you a row. You tell me what you have to do. So if you want to drop a column, the hack is you need to specify the axis as equal to 1. And if you need to drop a row, you need to specify the axis as equal to 0. I mean, this is what you need to remember at the moment. Okay. If you want to drop a column, something vertically, axis would be equal to 1 and horizontally axis equal to 0. So in our case, we need to drop an entire column. So what is going to be the axis? What is going to be the axis over here? Hit the commit, so it will come to you. What is going to be the axis? Tell me very quickly. I need to drop a column. So what is going to be the access? One, right? Correct. So the access is going to be one. So you all get it, right? So we need to drop that particular column. Now be very careful when you drop it. Okay, the name has to actually coincide, guys. So I prefer copying the names. I mean, the column is a bit weird on the nominal side. So I say, okay, how to drop it? Well, I say that data or not data, it's my df. My df, let's say if I want to select any column, what is the column which I want to select? Let us say if I want to select this particular column. The moment I do that, you'll see that I can actually see when I execute this, it will not happen. It's committing, right? I did a blunder. I just need to wait for the commit to happen. Unless and until this commit gets over, I should not execute anything. The kernel is ideally busy, but it will happen. So it takes time of 10-15 seconds. Therefore, I commit after regular intervals, not after every cell. After a point, I think that, okay, sufficient amount of thing is being covered. I commit at that time, not before that. And the link is not going to change. So I'm not sharing the link again. Shoaib, you can just share the link once again with the learners in case if anyone had joined late, but the link is not getting changed. Okay. Shoaib, request you to please do that. I'm not sharing the link again. It remains the same.
Sir, it is
Okay.
also there in the description.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Very nice. So as you can see over here, this is totally useless column. So I need to drop that. Which column you have to drop? This one. Okay. Let me copy this and I say unnamed. Okay, I need to drop it, right? So for dropping it, I say that I don't need this. I say from my data frame, I want to drop. From my data frame, I need to drop. Okay, which is the column you want to drop? Just specify it over here. So I say over here, the column which I want to drop is this, right? You can specify it in double quotes. That's it. And one more important thing I told you, right? You need to specify over here what is the access. So you can see I automatically get a recommendation. That means I'm on the right track. Access is equal to 1. And after dropping this, I want you to store this back into the same data frame. So I said df is equal to df.drop. And once I do that, now if I say, please show me df.head, well, my column should have gone. Let us check it. I don't see anything. The last one is fractal dimensions, or you can actually check it using df dot columns, and you should not see over there that stupid column which was actually disturbing us. Cool. So we get all the things which are required. Now, other than this, I mean, ID column is something which is not useful for our analysis. Now, you may ask, why is id column not useful? Because id column is not telling us any information. See, the diagnosis column is telling us, okay, the cancer is malignant or benign. Radius column also tells me something, texture column also tells me something. It gives me information about the data. However, the id column is not telling me anything. So what to do in this particular case? I say over here, uh, Tanmay, I mean, can't we do just this and this? Tanmay, if it is giving the same answer, please go ahead. Don't ask all these simple questions. If you have some knowledge of it, then my simple suggestion to you is you can use that. Absolutely not a problem. See, guys, any programming language you implement, the same line can be executed in at least 5 different ways. But I'm not here to tell you all the 5 different ways. Okay, our agenda is different. Please stick to the context. Okay, it doesn't make any sense to show you all the 5 different ways. You all will be disconnected with the topic. So if it is ultimately giving you the same output, Tanmay, then why not? You can use it. Absolutely not a problem. Okay. So I say over here, ID column is again very useless to me. So I need to drop my ID column as well. So I say over here that, let me show you one more way. Look over here. I say df dot drop, which is because of the suggestion. It always, okay, df dot drop. What is the name of the column? ID. Again, it is a column, right? So I say access is equal to 1, and this time I don't write it just like my older case, df is equal to df dot drop. No, I say comma in place is equal to true. Just like I told you, right? There are multiple ways of doing it. If I say in place is equal to true, that means that I want you to drop the ID column and make sure that the column is dropped from the original data frame. So earlier I used to write df is equal to df dot drop. Now it's no more required. Now if I say show me the df dot columns, you see over here the ID column has also been removed. Okay, so till this point everything is clear to everyone, because now I'm going to go on with the EDA part of it. So all clear till this point, everyone. I see some comments in the chat which say that the link is not working. It is just impossible. It is just impossible that the link is not working. Okay, so please ensure that it has to work. 110% it will work. It's a guarantee. Okay, so under any case, if it doesn't work, then Google has to be blamed, but Google will never go wrong. So it has to work. Don't disconnect everyone. Please make sure that you are executing the cells right from the start till the end. Skipping a cell to execute may give you an error. Okay, okay, I'll repeat the last part. Link has to work. Yes, as I told you, link has to work. Okay, I am saying that the last part over here, you can see the same thing you could have also written as df is equal to, and just get rid of that. Simple, right? You can execute. This is a comment, right? This will not get executed. So you can either use this for getting this out, dropping the column, or you can either use this. Okay, so in place is equal to true says that now you need not say that this entire change has to be stored back in the data frame. In place equal to true says that the changes should happen in this data frame itself. I'm not going to write df is equal to df of id dot drop, etc things. As simple as that. Okay, now after this, commit done. Let us go ahead. Next one, see, as I said, as I told you earlier, right? If you see over here, the columns are ideally of 3 categories, specifically the one which I've highlighted now, the mean one. Okay, ignoring the diagnosis, the SE one, second part, which can be considered as another set, and the worst one, which can be considered as the third set. Okay, so now what am I going to do is I'm going to divide it into 3 different parts because I want to do the analysis. Okay, Anugrah, I explained it twice. I cannot go back and explain it again. I request you to please watch the YouTube recording for that particular part later on again. Okay, I explained the same thing twice, Anugrah, so not possible to explain again. We have a huge audience and we need to maintain that, so please understand. So now I say that let me separate out the features. So I say my features mean we have still not started with the machine learning development. Okay, it is very important to do the analysis before you go on to prepare a ML model. I don't think today we'll be able to start with the ML model, but certainly whatever we do is very much important. Okay, that is where my mobile is there, where I can see your chats. Okay, so if you see me turning here and there, please understand that's where my mobile is being kept. Okay, so I say now I want to separate out the features. So well, as you can see over here, what is this? These are all my columns, right? Let me simplify this. I say that in this particular columns, which columns do I want? When I say I want the mean column, so well, I see the data type of this. Okay, if I want to see the data type of df dot columns, which is being shown over here, so I simply say over here type of this, and the type of this is a index. I don't like it, so I say I want it to be converted to list type. So now everything is there in the form of a list now. using a list function, it becomes very easy
Sir,
for me to analyze. Okay, do it if you let. Hello. Yeah.
sir, we
So
lost
over
the
here,
last 1 minute.
why I cannot hear you, sure?
Hello,
Yes.
sir, the voice was cracking for a minute.
Okay. From what point did you lost it?
So the last 1 minute explaining the list.
Okay. Okay. No problem. So guys, I was saying that this is my df dot columns. In my df dot columns, you can see over here, this is how the output has come. Now this output is of what type we need to introspect that. So I did say over here, I want to check the type of this column which came out to be index data type. Now after getting that, I'm going to say that I'll prefer to convert it into a list just because it becomes easy. So I say, okay, I did convert it to a list and now it looks something like this. So I say, okay, let me say that let this list be equal to L, or okay, let it be equal to L, and then I say print the list. When I say print the list, now it becomes pretty much sorted. After printing the list, I see, okay, this is what is there, and this is now in the form of a list. It was not necessary, by the way, but I'll tell you why did I do it. Now what do we want? Well, I want the three things with me. I want to separate out these three things. First is the features mean, next is the features SE, and the next is the features worst. I told you, right? I mean, you see, I want all of these things, right from here to here. I want all of these columns to go inside feature mean. And so how to do that? Well, how many I see that all of these are actually being labeled, right? So I can say over here, this is my column 0, this is my, yes, this is at index 0, this is at 1, this is at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I want everything till index location 10. So I simply say over here that I want what all things. So in my L, I want everything which is going to go from index location 1 right up to index location 10. So that will come up to 11, right? Because in Python, it is always exclusive of the end index. So 11 is ideally 11 minus 1. 11 will not be considered. So 1 to 10, everything would go over here. Start index is inclusive, end index is exclusive. Similarly, in my list, I see over here the next thing, where do my C column start? Right from here, right? Right from here going up to here. If you count it very quickly, it will be starting at 11, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's going up to 20 over here. So I will say, okay, let me do it very quickly. So in this case, it has to start from 11 and go up to 20. And lastly, over here, I say that it has to start from 21 and go till the end, right up to end. Now, if I actually do it, now let me actually see the things. Have I been able to separate that out? So my feature means I'll use a print over here. That will make more sense. Print of feature means. So we get this. Similarly, I say print of features SE. I get this. And similarly, last is print of. I'll tell you why did I do it. Okay. Print of features worst. This is I do it, right? So I get separation of this. Why are we doing it? Because these three columns are kind of separate. Okay, so oh, don't ignore the word feature. Okay, I just gave it because I felt it comfortable. Feature is nothing but called as a column in machine learning. Okay, Ajinkya, feature is just called as a column in machine learning, so don't worry on that particular part. Okay, now the next thing which I want to do is, I mean, what we did is just feature separation over here. The next thing, uh, if I look at my head of the data frame, well, as I told you that diagnosis is going to be the column. So I just want to see what all are the values inside this. See the values inside this. I say df of diagnosis. I want to see which all values are there inside this. So if you fire a unique function over it, unique function tells me which all are the unique values in this particular thing. Just hold on. As you can see over here, it says that okay, there are two unique values over here. One is M and one is B, and we know over here that M is nothing but malignant type of cancer and B is nothing but benign type of cancer. Okay, if you really want to see, I mean, how many values are there of malignant and how many values are there of benign, then prefer to use the function value counts. Now observe the difference between cell number 26 and the next one, which is 27. Okay, so if you observe over here, now earlier one unique did tell me that okay, there are M and B as the unique values in that particular column. Value counts actually tells me how many values of M are there and how many values of B are there. So we see that there are larger values of benign cancer and smaller values of malignant cancer. So in my data set, if I want to see how many total number of rows are there, I say df dot shape. Shape will tell me how many number of rows and how many number of columns are there. So if you see over here, I clearly see that okay, this data set whichever we have, it consists of total 569 number of rows and 31 number of columns. In this particular thing, I was specifically looking at the second column, which was called as diagnosis. So among this diagnosis, of this 569 number of values inside this, which were uniquely either M or B, it was found that 357 were B and 212 were this. If you add up this, 7 plus 2 9, 5 plus 1 6 and 3 plus 2 5, so total 569. So that's kind of a guarantee that yes, it is coming from the same thing. So we get it, right? We get the distribution of that particular column, how many are inside this and how many are outside this, right? You can also see the distribution using this. I can also say SNS dot bar plot and I say f of diagnosis. What is happening over here? Okay, requires variable x. So instead of saying that, I say is equal to diagnosis. I'll tell you just a second, and data is equal to df. What is happening? Horizontal variable x instead of horizontal orientation numeric. Okay, it requires a numeric variable. Diagnosis. Okay, if I say so, this will plot it, but this is of course not related to this. So instead of saying bar plot, let us say control Z, and I just want to see the cat plot. Okay, if it works fine, else we'll see it later. Okay, this is a categorical plot, but again we are not interested in that. So let us get rid of this straight away. Okay, so now, okay, going ahead, understand over here that yes, there are 357 cases of benign cancer and 212 cases of malignant cancer. So now the next thing that we have to start over here after doing this is just to explore the data. Now, please understand, this is something very, very important. Now, if I say def.describe, well, what does this do? Def.describe, well, it gives us the summary of all the numeric columns. Now, this is something very, very interesting to observe. So, it is giving me summary of all the numeric columns. I mean, see, understand how much time would it have taken for you to do all these things on your own? Okay, so uh, if you see over here in my this thing, it says that there are total 569 values in the radius column, radius mean column, 569 over here, over here, over here. Let's understand only the first four columns. I'm not taking these columns as of now. Then it says that the mean of the radius column is 14.12. The mean of this is this. Let us understand only one column first. So mean is equal to 14.12. What do you understand by that? Mean is nothing but the average. Now it says that the standard deviation is 3.52. Well, what is exactly standard deviation? Well, standard deviation is how much is the data spread from the mean. I'll give you a very simple example to understand standard deviation. Let us say that every day, if I leave at 8 a.m. in the 8 a.m. from my home to reach my office, I take around, okay, if I leave at 8 a.m., I take around 50 minutes to reach my office. Just a second, I think I need to plug in the charger. Yes, just give me a couple of seconds. Okay, so every day if I leave my home from 8 a.m., it takes around 50 minutes on an average for me to reach my office. Okay, if I see there is kind of a heavy traffic, it takes me additional 5 minutes. And if I see there is kind of a light traffic, then I can actually save on, I can reach in 45 minutes. So precisely I understand that I can reach in plus or minus 5 minutes. The maximum time required is 55 minutes to reach. Minimum time required is 45 minutes to reach. And on an average, I say I require 50 minutes to reach. If I say that, number two, considering the traffic in Mumbai, because I stay in Mumbai, so considering the traffic in Mumbai, if I leave at 9 a.m., then it takes me on an average 1 hour 15 minutes to reach my office. And even if I drive fast, if I'm lucky by going here and then zigzag in a harsh manner, the earliest which I can reach is 15 minutes before. And if I get a very heavy neck to neck traffic, then I can reach 15 minutes later. So on an average, 1 hour 15 minutes plus or minus 15 minutes. So what do we understand from this? Well, from both of the scenarios, I am understanding the spread of the data. This is exactly what is used by Google Maps to understand the things. See, whenever you do anything, okay, you go to Google and say that, hey Google, I want to travel from one location to another. What is shown to you by Google is not the exact travel time, but that is the average travel time which it has observed from all other things, right? So from, let's say, before me there were 50 people who did go at that particular time, maybe yesterday, day before yesterday at 8 a.m. Then depending on that, the average of the time, which is 50 minutes, is what which is shown by the Google Maps. That's exactly how it happens. So if you drive your car faster, you reach early. I mean, every time, let's say if I plan to go from, let's say, Mumbai to Goa, okay, let's say if I'm going from Mumbai to Goa, it shows on the map 8 hours, or not 8 hours, it shows on the map 10 hours, but we reach somewhere in 8 hours, 8.5 hours. Now why does that happen? Well, that happens only because of maybe the roads are good, and therefore we don't drive at a standard speed of 60, 70. We drive at 80, 90, 90, 100, something like that, depending on the traffic scenario. So what I mean to say over here is that what you see is the average time. What you see is not the original time. So, but what is the importance? I mean, why is this, why is this standard deviation, why is this spread of the data important factor for me to understand? Well, let us say, okay, let us say that tomorrow I know that there is a meeting in my office, but the meeting is with the CEO of my organization. So if I have a meeting with the CEO of my organization, and let's say the meeting is being scheduled at 9 a.m., so now what do I understand? So can I just take hold of this 50 minutes? Take hold of this 50 minutes, that is okay, meeting is at 9 a.m., so let me leave my home at 8:10 a.m. and I will reach at 9 a.m. Obviously not. I cannot take a risk. I have a meeting with a very important person, and it may happen that it takes me longer than 50 minutes as well. That is told to me by whom? By standard deviation, right? So I say that I will not take a chance. I will leave home at 8 a.m. so that in the worst case also I reach office in a maximum of 55 minutes, which makes me reach at 8:55 a.m. Right? Still I have a buffer of 5 a.m. to make my time. So what do we understand, and why do we understand from this? We understand over here that it is the standard deviation, which is the spread of the data, which is helping me to get insights out of the data. So it is a very, very important measure. Okay, are you all able to get this thing? I just need to know it in the chat section. Is the meaning of standard deviation clear to you? It tells me how far from my mean is the data being spread out. Okay, now of course there are more ways to describe it. I mean, this is just a very high level overview of it. So did you all understand what is standard deviation? Yes, all clear till this point? 100% clear? Yes, I need a yes from all of you, right? So you should understand, I mean, all these things are very important to understand. Cool, very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. So what do we understand from this thing? Well, the mean is 14.12 and the data is spread majorly between 14.12 plus or minus 3.52. Majorly. I'm not saying 100% it is spread over here, but majorly it is spread between this. And if you observe over here, you see that the minimum value for the radius mean is 6.98. The maximum value is 28. Obviously, therefore I said majorly spread. Okay, so if you plot the histogram of this is how the histogram of it should look like. And when I say over here, this is where the mean is. Majority of the data is plus or minus 3.52 deviations. Now, one more thing. What do you understand from this? Well, you have this. This is nothing but the percentile value. It means that there are 25% of the females who have the radius mean value to be 11.7 or less than that. I repeat, there are 25% of the females who have the radius mean 11.7 or less than that. Similarly, if I talk of this, there are 75% of the females who have their radius mean 15.78 or less than that. So you immediately get an idea, the distribution of the data by looking at this. You see, right? I mean, the lowest value, I mean, if I just write down in short, the lowest value is 7 approximately. From this, lowest value is 7. Then we say that the next value is 11.7. So let me say 12. Okay. So 25% of the people are having the radius mean of 12 or less than 12. The next is 13.37. Now this is exactly what is called as a median. Okay. So what is exactly median? Well, median means central point. So it means that 50% of the females have the radius mean value the data set. Okay, in the data set, 50% of the females have the radius mean value 13.37 or less than that. Remaining 57 have the value greater than that. You know what is an interesting thing that one should note over here? That interesting thing comes over here. You observe this value and you observe this value. If you see these values very near to each other, that means it is one of the best columns that I can consider for making a machine learning model, because my mean is equal to median almost. Okay, I don't say 100%, but kind of balance. Since my mean and median are very near to each other, we say that the column is having this kind of distribution, which is said to be a normal distribution, or in simple words we can say that we see over here something which is called as a bell-shaped curve. Okay, machine learning model says that if your data is having the bell-shaped curve, then I can get you the best performance out of the data. If not, please don't expect from me a lot. Okay, so yes, yes, I'll hit the commit. Hold on, I'll hit the commit. It's hardly, we have a couple of minutes, so let me just go ahead. And now, having understood that, in this way you need to introspect each and every column. Lastly, very sorry, yes, I want to see this thing, right? If you want to visualize this thing, here, malignant or benign. So if you want to see it in the form of visualizations, I can just, let me try this count plot over here. So I say SNS dot count plot. I think that should work over here. Earlier it did not work. It didn't strike me now. So I say df of diagnosis, and that's it. So now if you observe, I can get these all things over here, right? I can see the distribution immediately over here. I can also say over here, maybe if I can also give some label over here. I say label is going to be is equal to count. So please observe over here, I get the count label over here, right? There are also some values with the help of which, you can actually print the values over here. I'm not getting into that unnecessary, it will confuse you, but you can also do the printing over here. So visually also you see that the number of benign cases are comparatively higher as compared to the malignant cases. Not too much, but yes, there is kind of a slight imbalance over here. Perfect. So now, I mean, this is all we can do today, and thereafter in the next session, two more plots of data analysis, and then we straight away move on to making the machine learning models. Okay, so today's session was mainly focusing on the EDA skills for this particular project. In the next time, we are going to finally work on a machine learning model. So we are going to primarily make four machine learning models. The first is going to be your logistic regression. Second is going to be your decision tree classifier. I will not be able to explain you the depth mathematics of that, but I will tell you the overall concept, what happens over there. Third is going to be the random forest classifier, and last is going to be your SVM classifier, or let's say SVC in short. Okay, and then we are going to do the comparative analysis of the above four machine learning models and come to conclusion for the best model that we find. Okay, so this is what all is planned in the session. Okay, so yes, if there are any queries, you can tell me. We have to call it a day now. It's 9:30 p.m. So any questions you have, I mean, overall, I mean, was the session satisfactory to all of you? Since there are a lot of newcomers today, so of course I'm not taking a chance of assuming that yes, everyone knows Python in and out. Right? Some of you know it, some of you don't know it in and out. So I'm not running over here with any assumption that you know it. Therefore, I'm taking baby steps. Some of you may have a feel that, oh no, this is something which we already know. But you have to understand that there are many people who don't know it as well. Okay, so that is the reason we are going step by step. But as I promised, whatever we have promised, that thing would be definitely covered. Okay, so yes, so that's all what we have over here. In case if you have anything to say, you can please feel free to ask. So yes, so if you want to launch the rating or anything like that.
No, sir, we can take it in the comments only.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, Pranav Singh, it was great, really awesome session. Great, great. I enjoying the session. Good. Every college needs to have a teacher like you. Okay, then you will not come over here to listen to me then, because you will be getting everything in the college only. Okay.
That's great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Actually, that was a
Thank you
great
very much.
session. Even I was, I was also there in the backs. I was also listening to this. Yeah, that was amazing. That was very great. And I'm pretty much sure that the students have enjoyed the session and also like learned many things at the same time. Thank you very much, sir, for that.
Thank you very much. Chalo. Thank you very much. Thank you, Subrat sir. Thank you, Shoaib. Chalo, bye bye. Bye, all guys.
Yes, sir.
I'll leave the session. Drop off. Thank you very much. See
Yeah,
you all
guys.
tomorrow, same time, right?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, okay. Chalo. Bye, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, guys, you have listened to that, right? So, just be on time for the next day, that is tomorrow, same time. Be here, and we would continue with the discussion of the project from the same point where we left today. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed this session. So, let's meet tomorrow. So, yeah, thank you, Shoaib, also for being here to carry out their questions and all to Sir. So, yeah, so we can wrap up this session for today, and we would continue in the
Sure,
next
sir.
day.